Welcome to another edition of Bite-Sized Bogle. In today's video, we focus on the concept of relative predictability. What is something that causes so many investors unnecessary high levels of anxiety? Well, one key thing is decisions. As an investor, you may ask, did I make the correct decision on the right stock to buy? Did I make the correct decision on the right industry to invest in? Questions such as these keep many investors awake at night. However, for sloth investors, such questions are simply unnecessary. That's because rather than second guess which specific stock or which particular sector is going to do well, sloth investors give themselves access to the entire stock market by investing in a broadly diversified portfolio. Such a decision means that sloth investors give themselves exposure to an extremely broad range of stocks across a wide range of sectors. In addition to saving time and simplifying the investing process, such a decision also leads to something that Jack Bogle referred to as relative predictability. In the book The Bogle Effect, author Eric Balchunas writes about an occasion when he asked Jack Bogle why Vanguard investors seemed so good at not flinching and staying the course during tough market declines. In response, Bogle stated that Vanguard's funds were inherently predictable by nature. Let's make a comparison between an index fund and an actively managed fund for a moment. An actively managed fund, which is a fund that contains a select group of stocks that have specifically been selected by a small group of professional fund managers, may very well underperform. Simply put, for the individual investor, there's no way of knowing whether an actively managed fund will outperform or not. Indeed, on average, most can't, although a small number do. However, if you do decide to invest your hard-earned income in an actively managed fund, how can you be sure that you have chosen one of the select few that will outperform? Crossing your fingers that you have selected one of the few actively managed funds that will outperform isn't exactly a recipe for a good night's sleep. On the other hand, investing in a low-fee, broadly diversified index fund provides investors with relative predictability because through all of the ups and downs of the stock market over the past 200 years, history has shown that the overall stock market always recovered from even the lowest points and moments of true despair. This is why investing in a low-fee, broadly diversified index fund is sometimes known as a sleep well at night strategy. Sleep well at night, esto on. A good night's sleep comes from the fact that you don't have to worry about whether you are invested in the right stock or the right sector. As the owner of a broadly diversified index fund, you own the stock market as a whole. If you're keen to learn more about key takeaways from the Bogle Effect, the book that I referenced earlier, then I welcome you to view my summary of this book by clicking on a link in the description to this video. Moreover, if you're keen to hear about the book from the horse's mouth, then you can watch episode 27 of the Sloth Investor podcast, in which I interviewed the author of the book. You'll find a link to this interview in the description to this video. Did you enjoy this bite-sized video of Jack Bogle? If you did, then you may want to check out the other videos in my bite-sized series of investing videos. So, in addition to my bite-sized Bogle series, the Sloth Investor has also created a bite-sized Buffett series of short videos. Also, be sure to check out many other bite-sized pearls of investing wisdom from personal finance writer Morgan Housel in my playlist devoted to his writing. You'll find a link to all of these bite-sized playlists in the description to this video. To keep up to date with the latest content from the Sloth Investor, whether this be my bite-sized video playlists, my podcast, or other video content, please remember to subscribe to this channel.